The concept of spiritual awakening is not so simple, but it is something that transcends centuries as a response to humanity's quest for enlightenment. The first point that needs to be emphasized is that spiritual awakening has no connection to any type of religion. In other words, spiritual awakening is not related to religion, but rather to each person's individual state, expressed through their own consciousness. Although this term sounds quite beautiful, the truth is that often, spiritual awakening is very difficult because it arises from pain, suffering, disappointments, disillusionments, frustrations, and anguish. When we hit rock bottom, we often realize that we need to seek more. Thus, awakening is related to each person's perception of the world around them, meaning the individual begins to perceive and connect with the universe, with spirituality, energies, and everything that surrounds them beyond the material or physical. The idea of spiritual awakening was popularized in the Western world by psychiatrist Carl Jung, who described this individual process as the return to the original self, meaning a reconnection with human essence, or in other words, with what we truly are. In this way, the awakening of consciousness, as it is also called, is precisely related to the understanding that ascending to a higher state of consciousness is a natural process for human beings. This sense of waking up to another side of existence beyond matter is generally triggered by a situation of discomfort or dissatisfaction with one or more aspects of life. Some call it a break point, where a bad or traumatic situation, such as an accident, a serious illness, the loss of a loved one, or a job, for example, leads a person to deep reflection and a search for answers. According to experts, there are some common signs exhibited by people who are undergoing a spiritual awakening, such as heightened sensitivity and intuition, awareness of the universe's synchronicities, a sense of déjà vu, a need for connection with nature, and a feeling of loneliness. Certain processes are common to individuals who experience this sensation of spiritual awakening. It is important to note that this feeling of waking up is only the first step on the long path to enlightenment. This means that the entire process consists of various stages. Here are some of them. Social dogmas and norms begin to be questioned. There is a sense of inadequacy with the world around them. Consciousness begins to separate the ego, the mind, the body, and the spirit. Gifts, talents, and abilities start to be valued and explored. A search for healing processes and beneficial rituals for the body, mind, and spirit begins. There is a feeling of clarity, empowerment, and knowledge of one's own truth. Distancing from toxic people and those who cultivate habits that are no longer meaningful becomes inevitable. Increased feelings of happiness, gratitude, and peace. The process of spiritual awakening is unique to each person, and various sensations, many of them uncomfortable, may occur at times, such as restlessness, anguish, and a lack of understanding of the world around them. Promote a cleanse. Most spiritual awakenings, as we've explained, come with the feeling that many habits, situations, and people no longer make sense, and that it's necessary to seek something beyond or different. Don't be afraid to make the necessary changes and cuts if you realize it will be for your own good. Just remember to have emotional responsibility toward others, meaning talk to the people you are distancing yourself from and explain your reasons. Keep in mind that no one is inside you, feeling what you feel, so speak face-to-face, explain your situation, and carry out your cleansing properly. Try to promote an internal cleanse, releasing limiting patterns, negative thoughts, and stagnant energies. To do this, practice forgiveness and self-forgiveness, detachment and self-reflection. If necessary, seek the help of meditation, prayer, or even professional assistance. Purify your soul. Connect with yourself. Practicing introspection is essential for connecting with yourself. It's an opportunity to listen to your inner self, strengthen your intuition, and enable self-discovery. It is during this process that you come into contact with your true essence and nourish your spirituality. It is common for spiritual awakening to bring the feeling that we don't know ourselves, that we don't know who we are. And what's the only way to get to know someone more deeply? Spending time with that person, of course. So, it will be essential for you to spend time with yourself to understand what makes sense now. This includes exploring new activities, new hobbies, new people, and new environments. all to discover what aligns with the essence you are now exploring and discovering. Don't be afraid to be alone and enjoy your own company, because this is what will help you coexist better with others. Take responsibility, recognizing that not everything is other people's fault and that people don't always owe you something is a matter of maturity. Take responsibility for your life, both for your actions and for your thoughts and emotions. Another theme of this process is your ability to take control of your own life. You are a co-creator of your reality. So, assume the role of being the protagonist in your own life. Many think that destiny has something reserved for us, so we don't need to fight for it, because what's meant to be ours will come one way or another. But it's not quite like that. Destiny moves for those who are also in motion, so take responsibility for your life and go after what you want. Additionally, you need to rethink your victim role. Sure, someone may have broken your heart. You may have lost your job, among other destabilizing situations. This probably wasn't your fault, but it is your responsibility to get up and transform that pain into strength to move forward. Maintain positivity. This doesn't mean putting on rose-colored glasses to see the world, but rather having the maturity to understand that everything in life can be seen with a lighter and less anxious perspective. Receive things as learning experiences, see life as a gift. Be grateful for everything, both the positive and the not-so-positive. Look at life with optimism, because this makes your soul vibrate positively, and the universe echoes that. Focus on the now. Spiritual awakening often comes with questions like, what will my future be? Where am I going? What does destiny have in store for me? However, all of this can cause even more doubt, turning into true psychological torture for someone already going through so much in such a short time. Therefore, the important thing is to focus on the now. It's impossible to control destiny and the future, so simply do what can be done, which is to live in the present. Do what makes sense for you in the present, without trying to predict future consequences. Clinging to the past and fearing the future is a true prison. Life happens here and now. And there is research proving that those who live in the present are happier. So, be present. Focus on what you're experiencing at the moment. To help, you can practice mindfulness to become aware of the present. Experience the fullness of life and be connected to the only thing you have today. Be prudent, but focus on the now. Seek knowledge. There are many ways to educate yourself about awakening, as well as about the nature of life itself. Reflections, readings, scientific studies, spiritual practices, philosophy, all of these are bridges to knowledge. And knowledge is power, but not power over others, rather power over yourself. Spiritual knowledge nourishes the soul, provides insights, and improves your perspective on life and your spiritual journey. If the life you are living no longer makes sense, it's necessary to seek knowledge to find an existence that is more coherent. There are many ways to do this, through religion, philosophy, art, contact with people, and with yourself. Explore and find what makes the most sense to you. Even though the phase is difficult and the future uncertain, maintain positivity. Remember that growing pains are called that because when the pain ends, the person can see how much they've grown. So, believe that this spiritual awakening is happening for a reason and will take you further. Soon, you'll reap the benefits of this process and realize that all the pains and joys of spiritual awakening were worth it. Believe in yourself and that a life with more harmony is entirely possible. Going through a spiritual awakening can be quite painful, but it comes with the certainty that we are searching for a life that makes more sense to us. Embrace your process with the certainty that you will be greater, better, and more self-aware as you progress.